and I have my superhero here with me, Elijah. We are in Urbandale, Iowa, here to check out a large water feature we built in 2012. Let's go back out here and check it out and see what we got. So one of my favorite things about this pond, and you're going to hear me say this a lot in my videos, is interactive. I always try to design my water features to make them interactive, meaning I want to have our clients interact, engage, be a part of the water. One of the ways we can do that is with what I'm standing on is a huge stone bridge. So I've got water a couple inches below, but you actually have to cross it from the patio that Elijah's on. You get to the other patio, we've got a nice walkway along these waterfalls and along the koi area. The other thing, which is actually the first time we ever did it, was on this project in 2012, is we have these custom stones cut for stepping stones. You can see it's just a nice granite stone, and we've got a nice saw cut on top, saw cut on the bottom. I actually have a guy that does this for me. I wanted this to be a secondary path, a shortcut, but also a little bit more challenging, kind of like walking across the stream. If you're out in the wild, you gotta cross the stream, you gotta find the right path. The other thing what I found is that these stones actually double as a nice feeding rock. So you can sit right here on this, and you've got a great spot to feed the fish, right down here. And then you follow this long stream down, and it leads you to a second bridge, and this bridge actually takes you into the home. So if you come out of the house as a homeowner, you have to physically cross a bridge. This is right here. We've got water level a couple inches below it. It's a good hiding spot for your koi. If they've got a spot up here they need to hide, if you're up here and a predator shows up, it's a good spot for that. But you've got to cross this bridge to get out on the patio. So right here, we've got, if you look real closely, just like the stepping stones, we've got cut stone here. This is cut granite. We have these stones are all over the place. These are interactive viewing stones where you can do what I'm just about to do. Full shoes, drop in the water. One of the complaints from our client, he actually had a pond before we built this, was that his fish wouldn't interact with them. You can actually might be able to see water slowly moving out. This is what we call a jet. So we actually installed a plumbing line underneath here, and we have a little bit of water pushing out right here. What that does is it draws the fish to this area, which turns it into a feeding area. So right here on this large wreck pond, big koi pond, this is our wetland filter right here. You can actually see the water is there's a little bit of sediment, algae on this. This is actually filtered. This is it. It's doing its job to keep our water quality looking like this right down here. You can see all the gravel and the individual rocks in the very bottom of the pond. You can see happy koi out there. So yeah, this right here is what we're doing. This is our filter for the pond. So right here, what we're doing is we're actually pumping water to the bottom of a big excavation. We've got a lot of equipment in there. And the water's slowly rising up through different layers of rock and gravel. We've got these plants on top. That's pulling nutrients out, cleaning up our water. A couple other features here. We actually have biofalls filters. Right here on the waterfalls, there's one right there straight ahead. You've got a great view of that. Right behind that waterfall is what we call biofalls. The big, large tub. It actually aids in our biological filtration. You can see how we disguise it right in the landscape. Use it to create a waterfall. So this video is being taken from kind of one of the main vantage points, and that's the reason for the waterfall being aimed this direction. A lot of people don't realize when they get here, they see the pond, the waterfalls, the bridges, the stepping stones, the digging stones. They see all this awesome in the backyard, and what they don't realize at first is that it actually keeps going. So we're going to take you on a little adventure to the secondary part of this water feature, which is going to be our rainwater harvest basin, our pump area, and our massive waterfalls. On this project, we actually have this negative edge, vanishing edge. We also use rainwater harvesting techniques. So we're capturing water off the downspouts of the house. We tiled it underneath the pond and we dumped it right down here in this basin. We have a 4,000 gallon basin. We have 4,000 gallons of water storage underneath what you see. There's about a 6-foot deep hole we excavated underneath here. We've got water storage down there. Our pumps go down in there to run this feature. Whenever it rains, we're able to capture that water, top off the system. We like to call this type of feature, what we built here is a sustainable water feature, meaning that once we get it going in the spring, we very rarely have to put a garden hose in to top the system off. We get enough rain that whenever it rains, we top the system back off that way. I always like to talk about my favorite things about ponds. Here I have 3 of them. First thing is just the scale or size of this project we did. You can't enjoy this pond from any one area. You have to explore the backyard. It's just mammoth. It made it a challenge to build, but I think at the end it really paid off on size, on the scale of this project. 2 is just how interactive it is. We showed off the bridges. You've got viewing stones, you've got stepping stones. It really allows you to get close to the feature. We've split the patio away from the house with our long stream. The first thing you are greeted with either way you come in is a waterfall into this backyard. So if you come in the backyard, you're gonna get overpowered by my third thing, which is the waterfalls. We've got waterfalls everywhere. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different waterfall areas, multiple drops, stones, water running over lots of stones, lots of stuff going on. You've got to really work your way around the yard to take everything in. You've got different sound at different areas. So those are my 3 favorite things. What's not to like about this pond? And it's just everyone that comes back here just absolutely loves it. It's blown away by what we've created back here. Project is currently 9 years old, so you've got nice established landscape and everything's just looking great. There's Elijah, just got out of the water, getting those awesome shots of the fish swimming around. Hey, if you like what you saw, go ahead and click the like down there. Leave me some comments if you got any questions about this pond. We've had this project on a few pond tours in the past, but would love to have a conversation about that. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button on there. Go ahead and hit the bell if you want some notifications of when we post again. Thank you all for joining us. Elijah and Chris saying out from Urbandale. Have a good day. You see it? Isn't that an incredible koi pond?